single cylinders, and we're going to have twin cylinders. So it's an open class. Heck, if you wanted to go out there with a 650 Starfire, have at it.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I do see something that appears to be a Starfire. They've gone green.
Outstanding.
Of course they all make it through the first turn.
And that TX Polaris, at least badged up as one, just shot out of a cannon. And your early leaders, they go through the big doughboy turn. Little pile up in the first turn. A couple sleds. Looks like everybody's okay. If we get them all unstuck, I think we'll be fine.
And speaking of Starfires, that's what just shot to the front.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll give them credit. If that is a legitimate Starfire, absolutely get out there and ride it. Because
that is the 100 of Confrus.
I see that. It's a hood, but it's looking like it's more of a TXL.
I would suspect as much.
Absolutely.
Good running sled, though. He's really ripping it. Of course, right now, the track is perfectly groomed, very smooth, perfect for a leafer, frankly.
Yeah, this track starts off great for a leafer. The way it ends up, probably not so much, but...
So, Kronfuss is your leader. Brett Simon in second. Then Griffin Gottsacker in third. Curtis Turner in fourth. And Clay Hendricks round out your top five.
And we will see next time around what the lap time is. We got a hood hanging off of, looks like an enticer.
That's just extra cooling. I'd be fine with that.
He's just trying to lighten the load. And there's your leader coming across the line again, Brent Kronfuss. A best lap time of 46.307.
That is impressive. That's about a second and a half slower than our pros. Of course, track is smooth.
It is, which it needs to be for the leafers. They're not exactly. And there he goes. He's already working through lap traffic.
That sled's on fire.
Yeah, that thing rips. I'd like to know exactly what he's got under the hood of it, but it seems to be working for him. And he seems to know how to ride it. Second place, Brett Simon is 3 seconds back, and we're only on the second lap here right now. Griffin Gottsacker in third, Clay Hendricks fourth, Isaac Ratz fifth, Cole Giles sixth, Andy Storbeck seventh, Megan Lundstrom in eighth, Anthony Logering in ninth, and Michael Lacasse in 10th. Your leader just came across starting his third lap out there. Brett Kronfuss. But the fastest lap came from your fourth place rider, the 180. Clay Hendricks put in a 45.503. And I don't know if that's true. Your fifth place rider, Garrett Johnson, just laid down a 41.799. If that's possible, that would be the fastest lap, period, we have seen here today. That's amazing. Oh, we got one sled stalled out here. Looks like we got an El Tigre. Yellow flag flying. That flagger out there.
I think he's just checking his goggles. He's just giving the flagger a wave. He's fine.
Yeah. A little smoke.
What could go wrong?
Nothing. A little smoke coming out of it, but that's expected.
Maybe he's having a ciggy. Maybe just firing up a heater out on the track.
Pulled over.
I mean, that's old school racing right there.
Absolutely. You stop for a dart. Looks like we have
It's a good way to check for spark, too.
Right.
You know, put your ciggy down in the hole as you're pulling it over, so you can see if that top of that piston's. Yeah, make sure it's like not scored.
Yeah. So he just got away from me. He's like, I'm just gonna leave that.
Just gonna park it right there. I think
that's as good a place as any.
Just leave it.
It'll still be there tomorrow. I mean, it's not a big deal.
So Kronfuss still your leader. Brett Simon in tow. Here comes your leader, the 100 Polaris.
Yeah, he's working his way into lap traffic now, so let's see if his lap times might slow just a little.
Second place rider, and then where's our 180? Clay Hendricks, he just went through as well. Hendricks rocking that old Yamaha. And that 180 Yamaha here last night that was really ripping.
Yeah.
Then it's Garrett Johnson sitting in fourth, Cole Giles in fifth.
Cole Giles running the 666 number. I think he's trying to say something.
Sending a message.
It's an intimidation factor is what he's going for there. I see one buggy leaving the track. We had the 441 of Isaac Ratz, who was running in 8th place. He just made his way off the track on his deer. And being that it's a deer, I think he was running for the rhubarb is what was going on there. But the yellow flag flying because we still have that sled down just beyond the MG trailer finish line jump, but we've got our crew out there working, and they're going to just pull it right off the track. just so we can commence racing here in a safe manner. So we have got the Leaf Spring Open on the track here. 5th year of the Ditchbanger National. Still your early leader, who was shot out of a cannon and just continues to fly around the track, is Brett Kronfuss on the 100.
His lead has shrunk a little bit. He was really rocking it early, but now Hendricks on that 180 has kind of kept him in check. And
well, and I think we talked about this multiple times, but that Clay Hendricks, who came here from South Carolina on that 180 in second place, he won the Dash for Cash on a Leaf Spring sled against a bunch of IFS sleds.
All right, we just had a black flag there thrown at the 86. He must have been getting a little squirrely.
Yeah. He must have been.
I kind of like that kind of racing.
Yeah, he was running over some ski tips here and there.
So, yeah, Clay Hendricks on that Yamaha. We're just talking about how well that sled ran last night. He did make the move up into second, got around Simon. Simon's starting to ragdoll a little bit. Can't imagine why. Why would you be tired?
I don't know. I'm not tired.
No, I've been here all night. I feel pretty good, actually. I feel like another beer, actually. Hang on just a second.
Oh.
There it is. Right when it hits your lips. It's just so good.
And good for you. Now, you'll notice Kronfuss has been running some good laps, but Hendricks on the 180, like, he's got him in sight. And he's taking some inside lines, whereas Kronfuss was taking the outside lines. They're going to be coming along that 169 switchback. Next time around, they'll be getting on their 8th lap.
Yeah, and in case anybody's wondering what kind of lap count we're going to run here for the finals, we're going based on time. And in true Ditchbanger fashion, it's a little fluid.
Yeah.
So we're going to say about 8 minutes.
Give or take.
Based on how tired they look.
Right.
I mean, it's a very scientific formula.
It is.
And then it's going to be about 8 minutes plus a lap. So we're just going to go kind of watch for our white flag and see where we're at. But based on a 55-second lap time, about a minute a lap. So you figure it's going to be about 8 laps. We're about at that point right now, 8 laps in. So I would suspect we're going to see a white flag here coming real quick. And it does appear to that to be the case. He's reaching over for it. By the way, folks, our flagman, he's colorblind. And he just threw it. Here he goes. White flag's coming out.
He thinks it's the white flag. He's pretty sure.
He smells them is how it works, actually.
Yeah. Brent Kronfuss took the white flag.
There's your second place buggy, the 180. But Hendricks is, Hendricks, is in second. And Brett Simon now close that gap back up on that 366 Arctic Cat.
You hear me?
You know, we've been known to in the past here at ERX, like if the lap times are that good, we can get these drivers to pull over and start doing calisthenics on the finish line jump. It's happened before.
It's been proven. All right. So Kronfuss just dominating this race from start to finish. He's just got a little bit way to go here, and he's going to collect the checkered flag. Here he comes off that 169 stretch. And the checkered flies. Brent Kronfuss taking the win.
Wow, that was a good ride.
Second is going to go to Clay Hendricks, that 180 Yamaha, and then Brett Simon rounding out your top 3.